I spent almost 1 year on a Minecraft server called Stoneworks, a roleplay, PvP and world building server which has nations, kingdoms, you name it. But why did I spend 1 year on this Minecraft server? I don't really know myself honestly, but maybe we'll know in the end of the video. Today I'm gonna tell you about the story of my journey on this Minecraft server, and let me tell you, it was special. So let's begin. It started with me, of course, joining the world Rafne, which is the main world of Stoneworks, where I would meet a guy who would later become my friend, Gus. Gus is his name. He invited me to a village and gave me a quick show around and a house to live in. After that, he left the server and left me alone. I did not really know what to do, as he could not give me a big explanation as he needed to go. So I decided to just start exploring, see what history could be found, as the server has been open 2 years and a lot of events probably have gone down, you know? So many phantoms. Yeah, run. This is hell. This is like a spooky dude. What the hell? It's grief from top and bottom. But I did not find anything really cool, so I went back to the village and started gathering resources, making armor, getting diamond, etc. You know the Minecraft stuff, you know? Also, I found Mohammed, which is a lovely parrot, and I talked to him for a while before continuing the grind. I took a visit to spawn and looked at how you can buy stuff, as the server does not trade with diamonds and only a made up currency called Rafne dollars, which I sort of figured out. I think I kinda lost all my iron, but I think I got it. I must admit, after some days of playing, it had started getting a bit boring. But then Gus DM'd me. Apparently the town I lived in was completely dead, and I would need to move to a bigger town, Vordish. Excited to see other players, as I just had seen, me. I packed my stuff and moved out quick. In Vordish, I would meet the lovely owner of the town, Kasiev. Or just Cass. He would explain to me how the server worked, as I had no clue what the server was about, honestly. The only things I'd seen from the server was this dude narrating wars and doing emotes or something.
I guess I have this curated personality where I don't know, make quips about dragging my nuts across your face. But like,
really weird guy. Anyway, Cass explained to me that Vordish is the biggest town in the province which I was in, and the province I was in called Shaloma, which was a part of the Union, IAU. At the time, IAU was the most active union/nation of all Rafne, and it was big. Maybe a bit confusing, but that was just the tip of the iceberg apparently. He also told me that the server actually has politics, which is a bit insane, like every nation on the map basically has a government system. I feel people go a bit too far with Minecraft sometimes, but it was kind of cool, Though I would later learn that Rafne politics are stinky, and that's just a fact. Stinky. Anyway, back to me moving into Vordish. I decided to carve out my home on the side of the mountain in Vordish, which would be my lair where I would brew a bunch of alcohol to make profit, cause cool. Here I would start getting some new friends with the power of beer and bog water. Oreo, Odd and Lepole were a few I met in the city for making them drunk. Not a joke, the server actually has a plugin which makes you drunk and gives you a lot of nausea. And it was very fun to just watch people struggle to move. Very funny. Anyhow, after a while of just making citizens drunk, I decided to open up a bar to make even more people drunk, and of course getting a lot more money. I'm just big braining this. While I was doing that, I also joined the Knights, which is like the Shaloma's little military force, and all you pretty much do is try to get better at PvP so you can defend if a sweaty nerd just decides to be, a shit. Anyhow, I think I can say though that I got really good at PvP, and I was improving as well, which was cool as I had never been the best PvPer. Now on to something completely different. I've started kind of moving out from making alcohol cause it took so much time, but I got a new idea how to make money. Newspapers. After a while of playing on the server, I got an idea. I was gonna make a news business to sell news and funny information. Though I was not the best writer, so I asked Gus. Gus is a very good writer and sometimes write lore for the province or personal characters. He agreed to help me, and we started our journey to start making newspapers. We also started building a headquarters, which was gonna be massive, and it was literally gonna take a month to build it. We also made some actually good newspapers. We even interviewed the nation's leader and actually posted on YouTube, and it's still up there. You can see it for yourself if you want to, man. Meanwhile, doing the news business, I started getting more involved in the community, and I was daily in different projects or helping fellow Vordish citizens. One time I got sacrificed. Yes, I don't know how this happened, but it did. As the server is a roleplay server, people have, for example, religions, and apparently a talking cactus is not normal. I mean, it make true. Well, for the berry religion, it was not. So I got sacrificed, and it went kind of like this.
Sacrificed for the berry gods.
Is this how I end? Oh my god.
Yes, yeah. This is how you end.
Okay.
Paul.
Yeah, okay, I'm done.
Oh.
Yes!
Yeah.
Yes!
Yeah.
Die!
Burn the witch, burn it.
Burn the wood, sacrifice for the berry gods.
Ah, no. Alright. Alright, enough of religious stuff. So because I was very engaged in the community, I got called into a meeting with the town owner, Cass, as well as with some others like Oda, Oriol, Paul, which has also been doing important stuff for the province Shaloma. And the meeting was pretty much about districts. Now, what do I mean by districts? Well, the town was very big, alright? Like, I'm talking about 100 people living here. So, it was divided into districts. For example, we had the farm district, the military district, the industrial district, and the lab district. Paul ruled the lab district, but the others were not ruled by anyone, so that is what the meeting was about. To decide who gets which, basically. Subscribe, that's very good, very good.
Sit down, everyone sit down. First course of business, I'd say we get on with the districts and picking them and detailing them all out. The military district, as you can see in like the circle system, it's the black one. There's also the industrial district, which is, to be fair, the most barren one, and there's also the farming district.
I was thinking this. Oderium is pretty good at PvP, but HP Practo wipes the floor with him. And, second of all, he's also Knightmaster, so isn't that like the core foundation of the military?
Yeah.
Yeah, and since he's Knightmaster, shouldn't he get the military district?
So who wants to be in charge of it? And
Me.
oh, I love the stand up there. That was quite cool.
Right.
Anyone else want to go for the military district?
And so I got involved in Rafna politics, but very small though, and just, you know, locally. As you saw, I got assigned to the military district because I was very involved in the Shaloma military and was always on the trainings, and I also started to be better than most people in PvP. But in my opinion, I'm still really bad, so please Minecraft nerd, just don't expect me to be god. I'm just a guy playing games, alright man? Back to the military district, it was a mess. Everywhere, old buildings which needed to be taken down so new could be rebuilt. So it was just to start taking stuff down. Something completely random but cool that happened is that one time when I joined a VC was that I got a tour from the nation's leader himself. He showed me different countries, etc. It was lovely. Mostly I've just been in this, like, you know, little corner of the map, but the world of Ravnir is so much bigger. So he showed me around some OG countries and told me lovely stories about them. One I can't tell because if an admin from the server sees it, that place will get removed. At this time, Shaloma was doing amazing. People were active and events are starting flowing in.
And I'll take a seat and I will making the teams.
I'll sit where I'm supposed to sit.
On the tribune, I have...
Which is on the toilet.
A person called Predator was hosting a festival in a town nearby and it sounded fun. Plus, everyone was gonna be there. So I started making my way there, though the most random thing that could have happened.
Your IP was just scanned and it seems someone has been banned on your same IP.
What?
Oh, Minecraft.
Say all the teams, guys. Team 1, Aria Redstone. Team 2, Raptor and Black. Team 3...
I got banned. Permanently. Forever. Infinity. Later I learned that my brother, which played on the server, had stolen some redstone's block and he got a 3-day ban. I mean, kind of weird and dumb, and the admin just went, you know, let's ban the IP as well. It was a lot of confusing moments, but I got myself unbanned. However, it's a very weird feeling when you get banned, at least for me. It was like my motivation had stopped. I'd started playing less and less on the server, joining in a few times, a week, or not at all. Gus has a pet, and we have met him before, Mohammed. Gus loved the parrot and Shaloma did as well. Pretty cool parrot, not gonna lie. But one day Mohammed was gone. Gus freaked out and asked the admins for luck to see if the admins knew what happened, and Mohammed was dead. Slayed by just a random guy. Shaloma felt sorrow, but revenge was first on her list. So we set up a trap and invited the player to a speech, and you can see for yourself what happened after that.
To the never, everyone.
Mega...
Oh no, I'm scared.
Mega mind.
And you should not be here without armor. So...
Death Rain! Eh, uga man. Okay, get this.
Yes, you lead the way.
You've done crimes against Shaloma that we will not forgive. I was going to forgive you, but then you were being a bit of a pussy. Yeah.
There we go.
Well, you've been a great laugh, Mr. Mega. You've been a great laugh.
Jesus, what an
Did he-
execution. Now, we had Avenged Mohammed. We held a funeral in his name and buried him where he died.
Why is there a Nazi here?
Eh? Make your offering, Mr. Gus.
Put his soul to rest, and he may have his peace. We may not have ours, until we see him again.
Some days after the funeral, we had a military ceremony, which was just giving out medals, basically. I got a pretty cool one. though it it just disappeared. After that, my time in Shaloma ends actually, and a new area would rise with wars, politics, and more. But that story I will save for later, so if you want a part 2 of my journey on Stoneworks, I guess hit a like. Now, have a good day, and I will be